Alright, this tutorial is going to be to do 3D computer-aided design with a program called OnShape. It's very similar to the program we use in the engineering class and after-school robotics team, which is called SolidWorks. In fact, the people that made SolidWorks, some of them developed OnShape. So you want to go to OnShape. I'll just go ahead and Google it. Go to OnShape, then you click on this first link there. Next, you're going to hit Create Account, and you can see that if your projects are public projects, you can do it for free. So you're going to Create Account. You're going to type in your first name, last name, email. Basically, go through that. You'll have an account. That's really the first step. After that, you should be signed in. And alright, so now the way it works is we're going to go on the left side, and from here on out, you should pause, like watch a little bit of video, pause it, do it. Watch a little more, pause it, do it. What you don't want to do is watch the whole thing and try and make it, because unless you have a photographic memory, you're going to have problems. Hit create. Your first assignment is going to be a cutting board. We'll make this public. And you'll either make this in Mr. Germano's woodshop rotation, or possibly you already have made it, depending on where you are. So the first step is to hit Sketch. So you click Sketch, and it's going to say, hey, do you want to design from the top, front, or right side? So I'm going to click on the top so it's highlighted. After that, over here is a cube, and it lets you zoom into the top, or the right or the left. And down here, you can click on, say, isometric, kind of get back. So if you want to look at the right side, you can zoom into the right. You can get back to, so this is how that works. Alright, so now I'm going to click rectangle. I'm going to click the origin. The origin is the X and Y 0 point. It's right there. You click it one time with the left mouse button, and as you start drawing, it's showing you inches are displayed. So right now it's like 1.9 inches by 3.8 about. If I use my mouse wheel, I can zoom out. So let's just click a rectangle though. So after this, the next step you'd want to do is you want a dimension. Here's the dimension icon. So go ahead and do that, pause the video, get caught up. Dimension, I'm going to go ahead and click this right here. Your cutting board needs to be unique from your neighbor. It should be, let's say, anywhere from 8 to 20 inches. So I'll pick 12, but that doesn't mean you should pick 12. Pick something that you want. 12 inches, and I'm going to also, the dimension tool is still active. I'm going to click this right here, and I'm going to have it be 8 inches. Okay, so now this thing is dimensioned, and the mouse zooms in on wherever the cursor is located. So if I zoom in where the cursor is here, it's going to zoom in that point. I put the cursor in the middle, it's going to zoom into that point. If I push down the mouse wheel, it basically scrolls it. So practice that, pause the video. So we want nice even dimensions right here. Also, if I want to have a handle, I could sketch in a handle here. I'd like you to do this. And then we have to give it some dimensions. So first off, let's dimension it being the length of the handle. No one's going to measure 5 decimal places in the wood shop or the metal shop. So give it a nice round number. How about 6 inches? Yours could be different. give a dimension here, 2 inches. Maybe you want to have it be 1.5. Now watch this. I'm going to go left click one time, left click a second time. This is how far the dimension is going to be. So now you have to do some basic math, but if I pick 3, because 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 8, it's going to be centered. Obviously, if this was like 4, it wouldn't look right if I want to be centered and balanced. So go ahead and do that. I'll line up these dimensions real nice and clear. So you don't need a 3 down here, just right there. So that's dimensioned. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit the green checkbox. So this sketch is now done. If you right click, you can rotate it. Right click will rotate it in a 3D orbit. So now I'm going to go over here to Extrude. And I would do either 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch. And I'll just hit the green checkbox. But wait, first you have to click this and click this. So now you have a basic cutting board. You can rotate, hold down the right mouse button, rotate it around. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Go over here, click isometric. Hit the top view, check that out. Go back to isometric, hit the right side, go back to isometric, hit the front view. Okay, so this is what engineers do a lot of the time as they're designing, look at different sides and so forth. All right, now I decided that we're going to do a hole right here. So I'm going to click this surface and I'm going to go back to sketch. And I'm going to go to the top view and I'm going to sketch in a circle right about there. Next thing engineers do after they've done a basic sketch, probably going to dimension it. So now here's my dimension. I'm going to click on the circle, give it a nice round number like 1, 1.5, 2. Oh, it's too big. Double click 1.5. It's pretty good. How about 1 1/4? I like that. Now again, I'm going to go left click once, left click twice, and I'm going to have this be, so it's not quite balanced, right? So you want it to be centered, and so it's going to be somewhere, if that's, say if this is 1 inch, that would be balanced. I'll also go left click, left click. You want to have a number here. How does 1 look? We want 0.5. All right, so that looks good to me. So we did a second sketch. There it is. So basically, if I was to rename this, I could call it hanging pole. And I can rename this one and I could call it cutting board. So now I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to go to the extrude, and you can see right now it's on add. I'm going to hit remove, and it's going to automatically go in the blind direction and then automatically. So I got myself a hole. So now, get caught up, pause the video. Now I want to go over the next thing. And the next one we could do is I want to have a area around the perimeter where water, juices from vegetables or whatever can kind of be trapped and flow. And you've probably seen this on a cutting board before. So to do this, you're going to click on the top of your cutting board. You're going to go to sketch, which opens up a new sketch. And I'm going to zoom into the top. There's a command over here called offset. And I'm going to click on this top edge here. I'm going to hold down the left mouse button until this becomes, say, 0.5. I'm going to click on this left edge one time. And if you click around, these lines should come up. And then what I could do is I could use a vertical line tool and connect these two together. If that's not working, we could try this tool right here. So this is the best one to use right there, line tool. So I have a 1/2 inch perimeter here. And what I can do now is, while I'm in the same sketch, I'll hit offset again. And I'll make this one be another 1/2 inch. And I'll click on this one, this one. All right, so now this sketch is done. So I'm going to hit the green checkbox. And now I'm going to go here to Extrude. When you click on Extrude, you want to first check Remove. And then don't highlight this line or that line. Just put your mouse kind of in between the two lines. And you can see it's previewing what I want to have happen. I'll do 1/4 inch. 0.25, and that's what I want, so that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I want to go over, so now we're out of the sketch, we're not in a sketch right now. If you ever want to go back to a sketch, you right click and hit edit, you can go and make changes, and this will exit you out. When you're not in a sketch, you have all these tools that you can do. So this command right here is called fillet. And I'm going to go ahead and type in 1/4 inch. And I'm going to zoom in here and click on that right there. And see, that's called a fillet. I use my mouse button, my mouse wheel, I zoom in, carefully click that right there. And move my mouse, it zooms into wherever it's pointed. So use the wheel to zoom out. You can press the wheel down to what they call pan. Okay, so I got all those are done. All right, next I'll do fillet again. And I'm going to do a bigger one now. I'm going to do more, let's try 1/2 inch. Click on this line, this line, this line, also this line. Let's say for a second that I made a mistake and I clicked on that surface. Whoops. You could just hit right here and you could just hit the X right there to get rid of it. So these are all 1/2 inch ones, that's good. Now I'm going to do another fillet, and I'm going to go ahead and do 1/8 inch, 0.125. I'm going to click on this surface, and also the bottom. This is going to make it so I don't have any kind of sharp edges. So that's weird. I must have clicked something wrong. So try it again. 0.125. Click on this surface, this surface, this surface. The green checkbox. Okay, it worked that time. You can tell here how this has a little bit of a bevel to it. Make it not sharp. So at this point, this is looking good. So now it's time to print. Before we go to printing, I just want to point out a few things. That, let's say your handle is not quite dimensioned right. You can right click. This is called the feature, and this is the sketch. So if I right click the sketch, I can edit the sketch. I can easily change one of these dimensions if I wanted to by double clicking it. New dimension in, green checkbox. Okay. This is called the feature. This is where we did the extruding, kind of pull that, make it thicker. You can also right click this and edit that. And if you want to be, instead of 1 inch, it could be 0.75. So the nice thing is that you can edit things, go back and change things. Alright, so now I want to print it. So for printing, it should be in the isometric so I can see your project. And what we could do is I'd like you to type your name. It's really important that when you go to print this, that it has your name on it. So if I do a new sketch, I could hit the text icon and I could click on a line and I could call it first last name. And it's way too big. So all you have to do is you just have to dimension that text. So if I click on here, it'll say, hey, let's try 8 inches. All right, so now it's got your first and last name on it. Good. So now we're going to go to print it. And basically there's a couple different ways to do it. Here's our cutting board. And up here, you should check out this menu up here. This is the document window. This one shows revisions. You can work on even a team of students. Now this part is a different one. So here is the print menu. I'm going to go to print. It says letter, that's what I want, or portrait. So I'm going to do letter and portrait. And what I have to do now, let's actually change it to be landscape. So now I just have to use my mouse button and make sure this cutting board fits inside of the dash line. So you don't want it tiny, you want it to be big, but not going outside the dash lines. So hopefully you know how to use your mouse by now. Alright, so that's good. So at this point, the green checkbox, and your printer would say HP 3000. Actually, I don't know what printer it's going to be in the Flux Lab, but it's going to be an HP something. It's not going to be Adobe PDF. So HP something, you're going to hit print, and you have to change this to be landscape. So now that's good. All right, so we're going to hit print, and that's it for this video. That's the first one, and there'll be another one following this. All right, thanks for watching.